Bank. Let us introduce you to WOCA, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. WOCA, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Jacksontown. We're going down to Jackson. Go ahead and wreck your hell.
All right, back on the program called The Voice of Ocala. Upcoming in just about 30 seconds, Michael Kuntz joins us, my friend for many years and former Ocala High mate. Much younger than I am, of course. Lots of things, Michael said, lots of things to talk about, including the Super Bowl, the Woody Allen Dylan Farrell case, which I was just talking about, and then we had a really shock about Philip Seymour Hoffman, how he died in New York, and that was quite a story. So a busy weekend of sports. Not to mention the Willie Nelson concert, which Tom will review here momentarily. And we'll go now to Michael Kuntz, and he's got an event coming up. He doesn't, although he's a big part of this. I think he may be the founder of this organization called Hugs. And on Thursday night at the Gateway Bank, there's an event honoring the late Mac Dunwoody. I'm very proud to be a part of that. And Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Been a long time since we've talked on the radio.
It has been a very long time, like maybe 60 years.
Well, about 15 or 16 at least, back when I was over at the other station, did the sports show. Nice to see you again, by the way. And just a brief story about Michael. I know he gets tired of hearing this. His father, Madison Kuntz, was the ultimate Gator fan.
I don't get tired of hearing that.
And he used to just make sure when I was a young sports editor of the Star-Banner that I got Gator news in the local paper. And because of Madison, I was diligent when I did there. And really, that's when I was just beginning to learn the importance of Gator sports. So I'll always remember Madison saying, "Gotta get more news about those Gators in there." And you know what? He was right, as it turns out.
He was.
Good to see you, Michael. Tell me about Hugs, first of all, so people who don't know. It's a terrific event. I've been to a couple of those things already, and there's been some terrific people honored.
Do you mean about Hugs particularly or the event?
Hugs particularly, first.
Well, it's an organization that turned out to be in the right place at the right time. It's taken us 6 years to get where we are, and it seems almost God-given that we're just perfectly organized to take over and fill a real, genuine need now. We have, one of our goals was to bring together all the people who are working in the fight against cancer and help them to realize that they were all after the same ultimate goal and not competitors for a piece of the same pie. So we are forming, with my daughter-in-law Linda Kuntz as the head of it, an organization called the Cancer Alliance of Marion County, to bring all of those diverse competitors together to work together. And HUGS finances everything for that so that they don't have to raise money. They can concentrate on raising their own money for their own projects. And the other thing that we're doing is, since the Cancer Society has moved out of all local activity, they're now into national research, which I think is a very smart thing for them to be in, since that's probably the future success of the fight against cancer is research. People who are raising funds locally and want the funds to stay local had nowhere to go. So HUGS was perfectly set up to do that, and I'm very proud to say that now we are the conduit for all the funds from the Marion County Police Department, Sheriff's Department, and Fire Department.
Nice. And they did a great job, by the way.
They do a fantastic job, and they want their money to go and stay local. So we are able to see to it that 100% of every penny that they raise
Really?
will go right back into...
They raise a ton of money, too.
They raise a ton of money.
The sheriff and the chief are on our air every other week with an Ask the Cop show, and they told us the news that they led the state in fundraising for cancer.
They are. They're going to take over some of the events that the Cancer Society had, and it's just very exciting, and I'm glad that HUGS was in that position. Otherwise, they probably would have had to form their own 501c3, get legal with the state and do all the board and stuff that we've already accomplished.
Well, you've had your own battle with cancer, and one of the things that I think you were willing to share your story with a lot of people about it, what a lonely struggle it is and how scary it must be. And I can imagine at that time, I can't imagine, I've never had been through that, thankfully, although I've had members of my family who have, that this kind of thing is rewarding in the sense that they're in it with you, and they're supporting of the group and supporting of your family, which goes through it as well. And I know that Albert Peak, there was one of the HUGS events honored him. I was able to attend that. Albert was successful in his battle, and at this point is cancer-free, and we're thankful for that. And so then on the other hand, there's Mac Dunwoody, who lost his battle with cancer, which is very sad. And we all know, and those of us who knew and loved Mac, the things he contributed to this community were incredible. So tell me a little bit about the people these events have been for, and then we'll focus on the one for Mac coming up Thursday night.
Well, actually, we started off with Paulette Milhorn, who was told by one of the major cancer hospitals to go home and get her affairs in order. But she found a doctor who was willing to do aggressive surgery, and she was willing herself to take the chance of dying under the knife, and survived it and came back to immediately start being a factor in the community.
I didn't know that about Paulette.
It was wonderful. And then we've had Bunko Babes, which is a group of card sharks in Ocala.
Been there. They have Friday time at the Hilton, don't they?
And they've raised something phenomenal, like $50,000 or $60,000 in the fight against cancer. So we honored them. We honored the Boys and Alt Oncology Institute because they do tons of charity work along with their professional jobs, all cancer related. And Augie Greiner, who everyone...
I was at Augie's event.
Quite a sportsman. And Augie told us, he said he thought the doctors were for cures, not for preventions. Mm-hmm. And so I like for all the men out there to know that even though it's an embarrassing procedure, please have your prostate checked.
Absolutely.
Augie would be alive today. It's probably one of the most treatable cancers out there if you catch it in time, and he simply was embarrassed, he said, to go have the examination. So his acknowledging that fact, we talked to him about celebrating it if the treatment had worked, and of course it didn't. So we recognized him posthumously.
Right. And I was with that walk through with Augie for a lot of years. I went through that with him, and I know how he suffered on that and how when the disease spread. It was an arduous battle and a brave battle, but a hard time for everybody in the family. And I lost a dear friend in that situation. He was my dear friend, one of my closest friends. And so,
if any of your audience, men, hear this and would take Augie's word for it, and even if one life was saved because of it, then Augie will be thrilled, would be thrilled.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Thursday night. I'm honored to be able to speak about Mac. And
I'm honored that you're going to. I think that's going to be wonderful.
Well, he just was such a. I like to say that there are a few giant oaks in our community that when they are chopped down or fall down, there will be no replanting of them because those oaks take hundreds of years to grow, and certainly that was the case with Mac. And if you don't know Mac's story without going through the whole thing, it's a long one. Among other things, of what he did for youth and youth sports and recreation and all those things in the county. But what he did for our community, when he took the bold stand that he took, when the integration came along, and he made some controversial choices to make it more palatable for people, and lost a lot of his friends because of it, but stood tall. And at the very end, I talked with Mac, and Mac was very proud to be able to know that he did what he thought was right, and he'd do it over again today.
And the things that he instituted with the school system are in existence still and work very, very well. So obviously he was way ahead of the game, and the things that he did were beneficial beyond his life, forever in Marion County.
Michael, you grew up in this town a little bit about the same time. You're a little younger than I am, but we know we grew up in a town that was segregated. And it was segregated, and that was the way of life. And looking back on it, we're a little bit ashamed of that, but that's the culture we came out of. And so to think about dealing with that culturally and having an awakening, and realizing that it was wrong, that people should be segregated by skin color, and then to go into the situation like Mac did and take a position that he took, which at that time when he took it was extremely unpopular with a segment of people, and a lot of old families in this town didn't like Mac what he did. That took a lot of bravery on Mac's part to do that, and it cost him a great deal. But one thing he told me I'll never forget, and I'll mention this again Thursday night. He was assigned the tasks of going around to all the schools in the county. He used to have a mat with him in his trunk. He'd take the mat out, he'd bring classes to the gym, and he'd try to give them gymnastics to do and get them involved in exercise and try to encourage them to exercise. He was a PE supervisor, and he said, buddy, I was horrified at some of the conditions I saw in these schools. He said, they were not equal. For the people who said separate but equal, that was the mantra. They were not equal. And that was the one thing that was eye-opener for Mac. He said, this is just wrong. That's all there is to it. Anyway, so Mac's a wonderful person and a guy that we miss and look forward to having that. Now, let's get some information.
And unfortunately,
go ahead, sure.
Mac died of cancer.
He died of cancer, that's correct.
He had a cancer that would have been difficult to fight even with early detection, but still early detection and awareness are two of the things that we really push.
Right.
That everyone has to be aware of the possibility, like myself.
Yeah, how are you doing, Michael?
Well, I'm doing great, but I saw blood in my urine one time, and because I do interior design work with color all the time, I was aware of what I had read years before. It said, if you see bright red blood, if they just said if you saw blood, I wouldn't have paid any attention, but I was caught by that bright red.
Right.
And I saw it one time, and I called Dr. King, and I went in, and I never saw it again. And I was thinking, I should cancel the appointment. But I went, and he said, Michael, I'm glad you're here. And if I might have died of bladder cancer. But so early detection and constant awareness of your own condition and what can be done about it is essential.
And that's not an easy test because I've been through it. Fortunately, I didn't have that. But I can tell you, I'd do it again even though it's painful.
Absolutely.
And I urge you, if you have any sign at all of that, go have it taken care of because it is treatable. That's the thing.
Another problem with cancer is that people who do think that they have it or who do have it don't know what to do. There's nothing that says, here's who you call or there's where you go. Or if you have a need like a woman who can't afford a mammogram, there are people out there that provide for those needs. And the alliance that Linda's setting up now will have a website that you can go to that can be read in like 30 languages, and it will tell you how to follow up on what you need and where to go and who's providing for those needs. And I think that's going to be one of the big benefits of Hugs Charities, that would be. Website.
I should mention, for those who hear you for the first time, I always assume everybody knows everybody in Ocala, but they don't. There are people here that don't know me, don't know you.
So.
But then, like back in the day, and Michael's been in the business of design and furnishings for 40. Well, your dad was in it. How long you took over for your dad? How long ago you took over for your dad?
He died in 1974.
Okay, so your family's been in how many years total?
1919.
Wow. Think you might have it down right by now?
Well, we're working on it.
Wow, that's incredible. Your grandfather was in it too, then.
It is something constantly a work in progress, and we're making changes right now as we speak.
Yeah.
We're going to keep what we learned in satisfying customers, but make our product more desirable and our business more viable.
And Coots Furniture, of course, still with same location out on Pine Street.
Been there before Pine Street was 4 lanes.
Yeah, we called it the 4 lane. Remember when it was built?
Yeah, we did.
called it that's a 4 lane, right?
I think my wife still does.
Yeah. And and designing is all part of it, and done a great job. It's a pleasure to have you on. Once again, can you give us hard facts on the information of people who might want to come to Honor Mac?
Absolutely. It's going to be at the Gateway Bank. They're very, very kind hosts. And it's going to be $50 a person, and it's 6:30 to 8:30. There's going to be a band and delicious food and beer and wine, and a very, very small program that is really short enough that you won't get bored.
But dynamite speaker.
It's a dynamite speaker if we can contain him. We're going to give him 3 minutes.
I'll take it. I can speak for 3 hours about Mac. Michael, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very
Best
much.
to you. Michael Kuntz, it's the Hug events on Thursday night at Gateway Bank. If you need to call at Gateway, and they'll tell you what's going on. We'll take a break, come back. Tom Schmidt's got his review of Willie Nelson. He wants to talk about the death of an actor, and he's got some talk about the Super Bowl commercials coming up next on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Commercial Bank approval. Vehicle purchase process fixed rate loan.
Don't pump iron, dump it.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales with the health and beauty secret of the new year. The fastest way to look great in 2014 is to dump your old car. Lose that old car weight of a car you hate. Bring me your old car, and based on the sale price of the nicer, newer car you choose, I'll give you up to $5,114 off a nicer, newer car today. Look good right away in a nicer, newer car today and get up to $5,114 off.
Plus, R for the People credit approval process gets the lender sweaty and ready to approve you, even if you've had credit problems in the past.
Kick off your old car diet today.
See you at Prestige.
But wait, get here fast. My old car diet program ends after we've helped 47 people drop the weight of the car they hate.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Having the motivation and making the commitment to quit smoking is a great first step towards becoming smoke-free. However, anyone who's tried to quit smoking knows how challenging it can be. Having the determination to quit may not be enough. You may need some help. If you're ready to quit smoking and are between the ages of 18 and 75, currently smoke 10 or more cigarettes a day, and can commit to participating for 24 weeks, you may be interested in a research study which is being conducted to evaluate the use of investigational drugs to see if they can aid individuals in their quest to quit smoking. To help you quit, smoking cessation counseling and all study-related medical care will be provided at no extra cost. You may also be reimbursed for your travel time. To receive more information about this study, how you can participate, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala, 352-629-5800.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to John Havoc. He's a researcher and historian, and he's written a book called The Ghosts of NASCAR, the Harlan Boys, and the first Daytona 500.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Carol Ann Baldwin will be in the studio talking to you about your garden on her show, You've Got a Garden.
Then tune in for Joe Reichel on damage control. It's disaster restoration, your one-stop solution for damage recovery services.
And then Laura Dion Jones is coming on. She's a pro-health activist, a certified corporate wellness coach, coach, a television and radio host, and she's got a book called Commit to Get Fit. Find the secret to your own true and everlasting weight loss.
John P. Davidson is the author of the cover story of the January 2014 issue of Harper Magazine. He's a journalist, a contributor to GQ, Fortune, Elle, and Mirabella. He's written a book called The Obedient Assassin, a novel of suspense based on a true story.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Did you know that Marion County has a vast equine business? Tune in every Friday at 9:30 for Horse Sense, when we connect, communicate, and educate you on ways to participate in and enjoy all the equine adventures this area has to offer. Plus, if you're a business owner, learn how you can extend your reach into the equine community and improve your bottom line. Fridays at 9:30 right here on The Source.
I'm a different breed.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA, Ocala.
Dr. Buddy coming up shortly, talking about communications with each other. How can you overcome that problem? I talked about this for the break, and before Tom gives us his take on the Super Bowl commercials as well as the Willie Nelson concert, I just want to say that the Woody Allen Dylan Farrow story, which broke over the weekend, really has an open letter to the New York Times by Dylan, who was Mia Farrow's daughter, where she talks about how he was allegedly sexually assaulted her at age 7 in 1992. She described it, and obviously it's creating quite a storm. It wasn't investigated and medically and otherwise, and at that time they were not able to find any evidence of that. However, Dylan Farrow, who's now married, I guess, and maybe he has children, has felt like compelled to come back and talk about it again because she says it happened. And she can't understand why people are honoring her stepfather, because he adopted her, in the Blue Jasmine movie. And he's come on and she's come on and made strong statements that they should, she starts up by saying, "What was your favorite Woody Allen movie?" And then you start thinking about that, and you think about the context of him allegedly being a child abuser, and then it gets a little difficult to fathom at that point in time. Meanwhile, finally, Woody Allen's office released a statement, said Mr. Allen has read the article, I guess he did, and found it untrue, and if it found it untrue and disgraceful, he will be responding very soon. In the meantime, it is essential that your coverage make clear the following facts. At the time, a thorough investigation was conducted by court-appointed independent experts. The experts concluded there was no credible evidence of molestation, that Dylan Farrow had an inability to distinguish between fantasy and reality, that Dylan Farrow had likely been coached by her mother, Mia Farrow. No charges were filed. So this is left to the device of who do you believe in this case. You got to say that since Woody Allen married his other stepdaughter, you kind of wonder about it, Rightly or wrongly, you wonder.
Well, I know that this was in New York. I know that New York has one of the best sex crimes police places in the country. And at the time, professionals thought Mia Farrow had coached the child. Mm-hmm. I'm going to side with the experts here.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. It puts a big question in my mind, and if true, would completely destroy Allen.
If it's true, Woody Allen is a beast.
As I said a long time ago, many times on the show, if you ever want to ruin somebody, accuse them of child molestation. Now, I don't make light of that, and I don't think we should ignore the children when they talk about it. It's a very difficult thing to judge. And by the same token, you wonder, why would she come forward now again? What's to be gained other than the fact that she's got pain over this thing? Anyway, it's a big story in New York. It's a big story in the film industry. And it will continue to be a big story through the Oscars on March 2nd.
Well, that may be why she's coming forward, because he has a movie up for an Oscar.
But to what ends? I mean, that's the point. Why? I mean,
well, it depends on how if these accusations are true, then it doesn't matter why she came forward. They're true, and good for her for coming forward.
That might be the case. Anyway, I think
if they're not true, Mia Farrow may have put her up to it because she got her brainwashed to destroy Woody Allen.
No, come on now. Now she's an adult. She's an adult now.
You don't for a minute be naive enough to think parents can't still control their adult children.
Come on, Tom.
Yes, they can.
Tom, I have adult children. Trust me on this, okay? I
Okay.
can tell you. All right.
All right.
Anyway,
you're mistaken here.
Okay, well, I'll let the one with the expertise on the subject talk about it.
Okay.
Go ahead. So, anyway.
I had a mother that manipulated a sister of mine when she was an adult. I know.
Okay. Anyway, the point is, I'm just saying the story is significant, and it raises a big question. It puts a cloud over Woody Allen right now, and I guess we may never know, but the New York Times is not likely to print something like this without having some credibility.
No. And if it is true, Woody Allen needs to face the retribution that, as much as he can, criminal, civil, and publicly.
Probably never be proven now. Anyway, let's go to the next thing, which is the Super Bowl commercials. Is that your segment, Tom?
It is my segment. I have the best commercials, in my opinion, and the worst commercials, in my opinion.
Let's hear 'em.
These are completely, my opinion, so if you disagree with them, I can understand that. The best commercial, I think, of the night, and it may be because I'm a child of the 80s, was the Radio Shack commercial where Radio Shack called, they want their store back.
Ding, 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 ding. My favorite commercial, and the one which they said failed to reach the demographic, supposedly. I loved it. It
had Mary Lou Retton. It had Hulk Hogan. It had the California Raisins. It had Alf. What more could you want for the 80s? And it was Radio Shack saying, we know we look a little outdated. We're going to change that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It meant for your demographic.
No.
And it reached and it reached me, but didn't reach 18 to 25.
Which is what it was going after.
Because who were those characters you just named?
People that I grew up with in the 80s.
All right, that's my point. Ask Austin.
Austin, you know who Hulk Hogan is?
Yes.
Do you know who Mary Lou Retton is?
No.
You know who the California Raisins are?
No.
Do you know who Alf is?
No.
Yeah, so it missed who it was going after.
That's the point. That's the whole point.
But it was still my favorite commercial.
Well, I loved it too, but again, did it reach its target market?
I understood the whole reasoning and the whole concept of the commercial, but like you just said, I recognized one.
But you understood that they were saying they were outdated. Did you understand that?
Did this guy know any of those? Josh, you know any of those people?
No. Well, Hulk Hogan,
yeah. That's only one, see?
Yeah.
All right, so what was your second favorite?
Dober Chihuahua.
Which one was that?
It was the one where Dober Wawa, where they had the Doberman head and the Chihuahua body.
Oh yeah, that
with
was
Sarah McLachlan and everything.
Here's the test. What was it for?
It was an Audi commercial.
Okay, because I liked the commercial. I don't remember.
It was an Audi commercial. It was we don't have to compromise. Remember, with Audi, you don't have to compromise.
And that's another point. Can you remember what the product was?
Right. Now, my third favorite commercial. Was. You know how you got your mommy and me and you? Yeah. Well, now you're going to have a new little brother. The Cheerios commercial. She was like, now I'm going to have a new little brother and a puppy.
That might have been right up there with Radio Shack. One A, one B.
Yeah. So my fourth favorite commercial, of course, was the puppy adoption. The dog, he got adopted by the Clydesdales. He wasn't going anywhere. And finally they knew it. That was my favorite.
There's a theme going here with dogs with you.
Right. But my honorable mention... And it's just because I like when, there's a song or something involved. I like the Happy and You Know It Heinz ketchup commercial.
Pretty good. It's kind of a good feeling commercial.
Yeah, I like that commercial a lot.
I didn't quite get the thing about the yogurt. I mean, I got the Bear ate the yogurt. But there was a long way to go to get to that yogurt, wasn't it?
It was a long way to go to get to the yogurt.
What was the product called? Choni or
Chobani?
Chobani yogurt. Yeah, long way
to go to get there.
Now, my worst ones... I thought the fourth worst commercial was the GoDaddy commercial where the lady quits her job? Why do I care that some lady just quit her job to become a
That was pretty
puppeteer?
cool. That was you laughed out loud when that commercial was on. I heard you.
I thought, well, look at her, she quit. But then I got to thinking about it. They spent $4 million so a woman could just quit her job on national television.
Yeah, but I mean.
But I remembered it was GoDaddy.
Well, there you go.
The next one, I thought the Bob Dylan commercial with the Chrysler where Bob Dylan was doing the poetry borderlined on racist.
Really, because I didn't get a chance to see
Let the Germans make the beer. Let the Japanese make the electronics.
Yeah,
we'll make the cars.
Okay, I stepped away. Didn't see that one. So
I didn't like that at all, Bob Dylan doing that. It just didn't come across well to me. I also didn't like, I originally liked it. I laughed out loud, but then when I went back and looked at it and thought about what it meant, because you told me today my segment was to best and worst, so I went back. Yeah. Do we really need to know about bulls having sex to sell a Chevrolet truck?
I thought that was pretty funny.
I thought it was pretty funny, too.
But is it going to sell a truck?
You remember the Chevrolet?
Well, yeah. So, and the one that I thought was the worst commercial was the one where I asked you, is that the little girl from Beast of the Southern Wild? And it was.
Yeah.
It was the Maserati commercial where she was standing there and they were selling Maserati Strike. The reason I didn't like that is, one, is she's 10 years old. Can she drive a Maserati?
True.
And two, I promise you, out of the 150 or 160 million people watching the Super Bowl, the majority, I would even say the vast majority, couldn't afford a Maserati.
Yeah.
So who was that commercial going after?
Well, good point.
How about the CarMax slow clap commercial? I thought that was terrible.
It was terrible.
I thought it was completely cheesy and pointless.
But my honorable mention worst one was, where is it here? Oh, right here. The Subway Frito chicken enchilada. I thought Subway was supposed to be the healthy alternative.
Really?
Now it's got Frito enchiladas and everything.
Absolutely.
So I thought it was pretty bad.
All right, the winner was?
The winner, I thought best commercial was the Radio Shack, but I'm a kid of the 80s.
There you go. All right, take a break. We'll come back. Tom will give us his 2 cents worth on Willie Nelson, and if we got time, we'll play Fake or Factoid, depending on the clock, right here in the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, see, you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the Voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
We're not just the horse capital of the world. Ocala, Marion County is now the hoops capital, too, thanks to the 2013 national champion CF Patriots basketball team. The McDonald Allstate Agency brings you the reigning kings of the court all season long right here on WOCA. Coach Tim Ryan and the Patriots look to defend their national crown and get set to host the state tournament this coming spring. The McDonald Allstate Agency brings you CF basketball only on WOCA, The Source.
AA Lock, Dock, and Security has moved to a brand new location and wants to personally invite you to the spectacular grand opening event on Friday, February 7th. Come by and see the very latest in lock and security technologies. WOCA will be there broadcasting live and giving away some station swag and some fantastic prizes from top-name brands like Stanley, Honeywell, Paxton Access, Aeromedico, Master Lock, and more. Plus, we're giving away not one, but 2 grand prizes. a home security system fully installed and monitored for a full year, and a business access control keyless entry system fully installed. There'll be hot dogs, hamburgers, drinks, and more, so bring a friend and come help us celebrate with food, fun, and prizes for the new location grand opening of AA Lock, Dock, and Security. It's all happening Friday, February 7th at the brand new location, 219 Northwest 10th Street, just a 10th mile east of 441. That's Friday, February 7th, AA Lock, Dock, and Security.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Just say anything as long as you say something. Got it? This is the rule when it comes to job interviews. People who drank 2 cups of green tea a day lost 3 pounds in 3 months without changing their diets. People who sleep on the left side of the bed tend to be more cheerful, better able to handle stress, and tackle heavy workloads, compared to those who sleep on the right side of the bed.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
It's not a silly little moment. It's not the storm before the calm. This is the deep and dying breath of this love that we've been working.
A couple minutes to go. We won't have time for a fake or a factoid, the producer tells me, so we will go skip that, and we'll go into our review of Willie Nelson. Mini review. You went there. Tell us what it was like, Tom.
Willie Nelson doesn't care anymore. He's just there to collect a paycheck. He didn't sing well. His songs were very fat. It was it looked like a replay of the Grammys, but for about 80 minutes. It was not good.
So what we saw when the guys walk up on the stage like they were around the parking lot picking.
Right. It was not good. I actually left before Willie Nelson finished. It
really?
Was. I did. Now the people I was sitting with Tito Comas and Earl Arnett, County Commissioner Earl Arnett, and all the group
Alberto
of people
was there. Probably
yeah,
Alberto.
The group of people I was sitting with was very good. I didn't care for Willie Nelson a whole lot, and I've seen Willie before, and this was not his best performance.
So they mailed it in, huh?
He did mail it in. Now the performance of the park. I hope that you and the guy that just walked in the studio, I can somehow get across to you that while you can see that they've done something at Silver Springs, it looks like a whole lot of nothing. They've actually they renovated the entryway, so it's all new wood and all for the entryway. Yeah. But they drained the water from the entryway, so now it's just a lot of undergrowth and brush and everything, and it looks terrible. Then when you walk in, none of the shops have anything in them. All the shops are just empty. There's nothing there. They've destroyed some stuff. There's gates and stuff up so you can't go to certain areas and all, but it just looks like it's a place that somebody's come in and done a lot of demolition at and then just walked away from.
And there's no how many shops are open?
There was one shop open, and all they were selling in that shop, there was 2 shops open. One shop was selling food, and the other shop, the only part of it was open was about a 10-foot area, and some lady was selling homemade fudge. They didn't even have any ATMs there. Nowhere on this place where there's ATMs. They had to set, Joe Wiesner and them had to set up a ATM of their own doing to make sure people were able to get money.
How many people were at the concert?
I would say probably between 8,000 and 9,000 people. There was a large crowd there for the concert.
Right, without putting words in people's mouths here or trying to suggest that I'm coaching you, which on a letter grade, as of today, what you saw Saturday night, what would you go?
I would give Willie Nelson an F. I would give Joe Wiesner and his group a B. And I would give whoever's in charge of the renovation of Silver Springs somewhere around an M.
That bad?
Yeah. It was not. I'm concerned for the great place that is Silver Springs and what the state's doing with it. I'm concerned.
All right. Well, I know 2 more people that probably share that view. One of them's up next at 4 o'clock, Mark Emery. And Commissioner Stan McClain will be on the program Friday. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he'll have some thoughts on that.
But now Joe Wiesner's group and all, I'm sure that I gave them a B because I'm sure they did the best they could do with what they were given.
Yeah, of course, it's really kind of a B and an I because it's incomplete.
Right.
You really don't know what you can do. All right, coming up next, the man that JJ named the world's most interesting man, our friend Mark Emery, right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. If you missed Dr. Buddy recently, you missed Dr. Buddy's advice on what women should do when they found out they've been cheated on by their man.
What to do after D-Day. Recommends take time off. Going away for a while, with or without children, helps you gain clarity. Take a few days off from work. If that's not possible, go away for a weekend. Even if you can only afford to go down the street to a friend's house, the personal time is worth it. So that's the one from E. Langro. Another one from E. Langro says, after this has happened to you, and you found out your husband is cheating on you, surround yourself with people who love you. Ask for help and support from your parents, siblings, and friends right away. Don't be afraid to ask of what anyone might think, because this situation is not your fault. This one comes in from Lonely from him. Learn to say no. You're under extreme stress, but the rest of your life, job, kids, friends, won't calm down. Prioritize your responsibility so you can put some of them on the back burner. Start to tell people, I will have to deal with this low priority issue later.
Make sure you tune in to Dr. Buddy every Monday on The Voice of Ocala.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Hi, I'm Angie Lewis. Let's talk every Tuesday afternoon on WOCA, the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. WOCA!
Pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine, featuring local businesses and issues and written by local volunteers. Lady Lake Magazine has become a must-read in Marion, Lake, and Sumter counties, audited by Circulation Verification Council and serving the area for 23 years. Plus, Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. All we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 352-804-1223 and pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Howdy, RL here to tell you about a great deal at Dairy Queen. For only $4.49, you can warm up to a hot, juicy combo of either a foot-long, quarter-pound, all-beef chili dog or a tasty, home-style cheeseburger. Smoking hot off the char grill. Both get fries and a drink. You can add a sundae for only 99 cents. Now that's a doggone good deal at Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, loss proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm
I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Where in Florida? Some dense fog for a while this morning. Otherwise, another unseasonably warm day today with a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 79 to 83. It'll be partly cloudy tonight, though 60 inland, 67 on the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny and very warm with a shower or two around in the afternoon, the high 78 to 82. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy and warm with a shower around in the afternoon, the high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Another winter storm hitting the Midwest and Northeast, messing with air and ground travel. 2,000 flights have been delayed and 1,500 canceled nationwide as a result of the storm. The economic effect of harsh winter weather and last month's flight disruptions cost passengers more than $2.5 billion, and airlines up to $150 million. Investors appear to have a case of the winter blues. Stocks fell sharply today following reports of sluggish growth in the U.S. economy. Major U.S. hotel operator says it's investigating a data breach that may affect customers from nearly a year ago, but won't say how many might be affected. Indiana-based White Lodging operates Marriott and several other hotel chains, being tight-lipped about the investigation. Police in northern Indiana say they found a vehicle that was used by a convicted murderer to escape from a Michigan prison last night. He's still on the loose. This is ABC News.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to Haibu.com. That's HIBU.com, or call 877-938-HAIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
Getting ready for that spring home makeover? Then get the hottest flooring styles for less at Lumber Liquidators Exotic Flooring Sale. Get hand-scraped exotic, Brazilian cherry, hard-to-find acacia, and more. All on sale. You could pay $5.89 a square foot for Brazilian redwood at other stores, but we've got it for $3.99. That's 32% less. Plus, get high-quality laminates from 49 cents and special financing. Hurry, sale ends Tuesday. Get to your local store or lumberliquidators.com before it's too late.
Minimum monthly payment required. Financing subject to...
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
You think he's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Like the man said, hour 2 of the program.